Hi there, it's Friday night. Good evening. My name is Rachael Plaine and I'm here at Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness, and we are here for candlelight yoga, which is kind of funny when it's so bright and summery out that we're supposed to be in a dimly lit studio. So it's kind of bright, but I have the candles behind me, so we're ready to get going for a nice relaxing flow in a moment. Happy Friday night, happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope you guys are doing well and that you got to get outside and enjoy this gorgeous day. Hi, Teresa. Good to see you here today. Welcome. Happy Friday. So I'm so glad that you guys are logging in to check out this class tonight. So if you're new to this practice or just stumbling upon us today for the first time, my name is Rachael and we are here at Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness. We're going to do our candlelight yoga class. It's an hour-long class. It's a relaxing class. It's a gentle class. It's a beginner-friendly class. You can take it at your own pace, so you can really let yourself sink in and just relax and enjoy and take whatever you need from tonight. So we'll get going in just a moment. I did set myself up with some props tonight. So I have behind me, if you can see, a bolster and a blanket and some blocks. You don't need anything, but if you have any props that you want to use, if you have any blocks, if you have a bolster or just even a pillow from your couch or your bed or a blanket nearby, you might want to use that, but again, you don't necessarily need it. Hi Shannon, good evening, how are you tonight? So yeah, we'll get going in just a minute. I just wanted to check in with you guys. I'm trying to make a plan for the summer. Hi, Helen, good to see you. So I've been chatting with some of you guys about this throughout the week now that Governor Baker made the announcement about the yoga studios and gyms and fitness facilities being in stage 3, which would mean that we potentially may be able to open the studio in 6 weeks or so. Now it's almost like 5 weeks because that announcement's on Monday, so June 29th. I'm just carefully considering what I want that to look like for you guys and for the teachers here. So I'm looking at definitely continuing some virtual component to the classes. So we've gotten great feedback on that. So we will keep doing some sort of live stream or virtual component. I also want to expand our outdoor offerings. So if you guys have been practicing with me before, you may have joined me on Onoda Lake or Mount Greylock or Springside Park. So I'm hoping to bring those back in July. That's as soon as we'd be able to offer that through the city of Pittsfield. So I'm looking at that. And then I'm thinking about these classes that I've been live streaming for the past couple months, including this Friday night class. So I teach Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9, Friday night at 5:30, and then Zumba on Tuesdays at 6:30. So I'm considering taking those live stream classes and possibly teaching them outdoors. And we would maybe record them, maybe not. We would certainly follow any social distancing guidelines and safety precautions. So I'm just curious to know what you guys think about that. If you'd rather be practicing virtually this summer in July and August. I know it's so hard to know because we just don't know what things are going to look like, or if you want to get outside. I will definitely offer that lake class and the Mount Greylock class if I'm able to. I'm thinking in addition, do I do my weekday classes, record them? Helen says that's a great idea. So maybe I could, and Helen is not in the area. Well, maybe you'll be here in the area. I don't know, Helen, but that's a good idea because I'm thinking people like yourself or folks that may not live nearby that still want to practice, they'd have the opportunity to practice with us, or those that might not feel comfortable being out in public yet. Hi, Jane. So I'm just kind of thinking out loud. So anything that you want to share, I may try to put together a little survey for those of you that have been following me on these classes and just kind of check in and see what you guys want and what would serve you best. So I'll probably do a combination of all of it, recorded, live stream, and outdoors. So stay tuned, check your emails or Messenger, and I will try to reach out to you guys and get a feel for what we're going to do in July. But in the meantime, we're here for Candlelight Yoga. It's going to continue on at least for another month, I would say, and then we'll reevaluate. So let's get started. If you have those props, Go ahead and grab your blocks. If you have a bolster, a blanket, you can get that, but you don't need anything. So gather anything up. Hi, Marilyn. Great, all three, Helen says. Let's do all the stuff. Jane's used to virtual. I know, me too. I never thought I would be used to doing this, but it's actually not that bad when the technology works. So I'm so glad that you guys have been following. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's get going, and we'll come to take a comfortable seat. So actually, we're gonna lie down, so just follow along. I'll check in with you guys at the end. So come on down to your mats, and like I mentioned, I set myself up with this bolster and a blanket and blocks and all the things tonight. So we're gonna start on our back. So if you want, you could grab yourself a bolster or grab yourself a pillow and lay on that, and you could smush a blanket under your head if you wanted to. And then I'm going to come into reclined bound eagle. So I'm going to let my knees open and my feet come together. And then I'm going to let my legs fall onto these blocks. So if you have blocks nearby and you want to do that, or you have extra cushions or pillows and you want to do that, you can. You could also do this without any props. You could also come into the opposite of this. You could let the inner thighs touch and the feet widen. So just take some time to find a comfortable reclined position. Again, you don't need anything. So gathering up any props that you want to use and setting yourself up, or just being on the ground, lying down without any props. Let's start with a few rounds of a letting go breath. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale a sigh. Good. Do that again. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale a sigh. Good job. Take that once more. Big breath in. And let go. Good. Breathe in through your nose all the way up to the top of the breath. When you get there, just pause and suspend your breath. And exhale, slowly release. Soften the chest. Relax the ribs. Relax the belly. Hold empty at the bottom. And then do that again. Breathe into belly. Breathe into ribs. Breathe into heart and chest. Fill yourself up. Hold when you get there. And exhale, gradually let go. Continue that. Start to feel the weight of your body. Surrender towards the earth. Begin to let yourself feel supported and held. Start to soften the edges of the body, so the forehead, the eyes, the jaw, the heart and chest and collarbone, the arms and legs. Feel your whole body start to melt and surrender here. Just begin to notice how you feel in your physical body right now. What's happening? What's showing up for you tonight? Are there any areas of tension, any areas of sensitivity, any places that might need extra attention or awareness or loving kindness tonight? Just noticing that. And perhaps sending your breath right to that place. So whether it's a physical place in your body, or perhaps something in the heart or the mind, wherever you're feeling like you need that extra love, try to send the breath there. As you inhale, breathing in light, love, peace, compassion. As you exhale, releasing anything that's not serving you, anything that you don't need. Clearing space for whatever it is that you do want to invite in. Feeling that love and light and warmth surround your heart, your chest, your collarbones, and extend to all areas of your body, every edge, every corner, every nook and cranny of the body. Breathing in that light. Exhaling to dispel anything you don't need, just rinsing that away, releasing that. Good. And then take another deep breath where you are. As you exhale, let your head turn to the right. So if you're propped up on anything, just stay there. Just turn the head to one side. Breathe into the left side of the neck. Deep in breath. And full out breath. Inhale through center. Exhale up and over the other way to hold. Pausing there. Deep breath in. And full breath out. On an inhale, roll through center. Exhale right where you are. And then from where you are, just slide the hands down to the outer edges of the legs if you're in that reclined bound angle with open knees. Help guide the thighs together. Wiggle the feet wide and place your hands on the lowest part of the belly. So now the inner thighs and the knees can touch. Feet are wide, hands are on low belly. Just resting, connecting to your body, connecting to your heart, connecting to your breath. And then let the arms stretch off the body. Maybe let them come shoulder height. Bring the knees up to the ceiling. Actually, grab a hold. If you had those blocks, just move them out of the way. If you were using any cushions or blocks, just scooch them out of the way. And take a couple windshield wipers of the knees. So nice and easy. And if you're lying on something and that's still comfortable, you can stay. But let the legs flop side to side. And start to loosen up the hips, the pelvis, the back, the thighs. Good. And then when you're ready, bring the knees over to one side and you'll come into a fetal pose. So if you're sitting on something or lying on something, you could stay on it or you could roll off of it. So just come onto one side and kind of nuzzle in and pause here and breathe. And then use the top arm to help press your body up. You're going to come to seated. So if you need to move anything out of the way, just scooch it out of the way. And come to cross legs, sitting on the ground or sitting up on anything that you'd like. And then take a nice big sun breath. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, bring your thumb right between your eyebrows. So that's that third eye or place of intuition. Tap into that spot and breathe in there. Take a deep inhale. Exhale to place your thumb to your sternum or your heart center to pause, connecting back to your heart, back to that light and love that you're cultivating through this practice. Inhale that. And exhale just to bow your head to your heart and take a moment to come into any intention that you'd like to work with tonight. What do you want to invite into your body or your mind or your heart through this practice? Holding that as your intention today. And then on an inhale, slide your hands up to the ceiling, lengthen the arms, lift the face, open the eyes. Exhale, open the arms wide, bring the chin to the chest, bring the fingers to the ground, and do that a couple times. Inhale, arms high and wide, all the way above the head, look up. And exhale, release the arms, release the chin. Take that one more time, big breath in the lift. And full breath out, release. Let's hold at the bottom. Nice, easy side stretch. The right arm comes out and up. Stretch over to the left, look up and hold. Pause there. Take a deep breath in. And full breath out. Holding here, just come back up through center with that arm. Now place your hand onto your left knee and take a twist. Twist towards the side or right over your back shoulder. Let the shoulders relax down, lift the top of the head up, root the base of the tail down. Have a steady gaze or focal or dristy point or close the eyes. Good. And then unraveling just slightly. We did this Monday, same thing. You're gonna press into the left hand or fingers and then lift the hips. And if you want, you're gonna lift that arm and just take a big stretch up. And exhale, release back down. Let's unwind our twist. You're gonna switch the cross of the legs, so just tip back and put the other leg in front if you're cross-legged. And then take the left arm out and up all the way to that side stretch. So look up and pause. Hold there, breathe there. Good, come on up. And then place that hand on the knee and you're gonna root down to rise up. So gently pressing into the legs, into the ground behind you. Lengthen your spine, sit up as tall as you can. Maybe look over your back shoulder. Perhaps you could close the eyes or soften the gaze and hold. Good. And then unwind just slightly. Press into your back hand. If you feel comfortable, you're going to elevate the hips, but you don't have to. And then lift the left arm up. Press the hips forward, look up. And exhale, melt back down. Let's unwind the legs. Take your feet as wide as your mat. So if you have props lying around, you might just want to move them out of the way. If you have blocks, they can go to the top of the mat. Bolsters, blankets, they can just be pushed off to the side. So feet nice and wide and a couple windshield wipers, just like we did when we were on our backs. Good. And then let the knees come up through center. Wiggle the feet hip width distance about. Take a hold of your shins. Holding on to the shins, lift the heart and chest. So it's a seated cat and cow. Press the collarbones up and lift the throat and base. And then round your back. Tuck your tail, scoop your belly. Draw the navel in, drop the chin and drop the head. Inhale, rise up. Use the hands to help press the heart forward. And exhale, release, rounded back. Do that again. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. Last time, pick it up. And release. Hold it out. Hold the breath out. Hollow out your belly. Really stretch the back body. Just take a breath there. In and out. Good. Lengthen your spine. Let's let the knees open up. Bring the feet together. Soles of the feet touch. You can lift the spine up long and tall. And close the eyes. And just feel into your hips. Feel the tailbone sliding down towards the earth. Feel the crown of the head lifting up. Feel this long channel or column of light from the base of your tail to the top of the head. Take another in-breath. As you exhale, if you want, you could hinge at the hips to forward fold. Try to keep a flat back for as long as you can. Press the head up and over the legs, that long, straight spine. You could stay here, or if you want to go deeper, go ahead and bring your hands to your feet if you'd like. Press the forearms to the calves, and if you want around your back, go ahead. But there's also a place for a flat back, so if that feels like it serves your spine and your body better, go ahead and keep that. So either a long flat back or a rounded back, or you could just sit up tall and find the breath there. A couple rounds of breath. You're doing great. And lengthen the spine, come on up. Send the left leg out and bring the right foot to your inner thigh. Take the left hand inside that left leg and bring the right arm out and up as you walk the left hand down towards the ankle. But you're going to touch the ground, but just towards the foot. And lift the top arm and look up. Breathe here. Couple breaths. Good. Top arm picks you up. You can press down into the top hand like we practiced earlier this week. Point the toe. Sweep the left arm up. If you want to roll up onto the shin and press the hips forward, you could. And then go ahead and sit back down. Flex your foot. Let's switch the legs. So bring the right leg out. Bring the left leg in. Bring the right hand inside the right leg. Flex your foot so your toes are up. Anchor the right hip and sitting bone down. Lift the left arm out and up and just take a nice half straddle. And you could look up. If that bothers your neck, turn the face forward and look forward, or turn the chin down and look down. So up to you. Couple breaths here. Flex the foot, engage the legs. Feel the quadricep and the leg muscles strong. And then inhale, rise up. Press into the back hand, the left hand. Point the right toes and sweep the right arm up. Maybe press the pelvis forward. Exhale, release, back down. We're going to come to a full straddle. So go ahead and send the left leg out. So now we have left leg and right leg out. You can bring the hands behind you and use that to help prop you up. Flex your feet. So really pull the toes back, flex through the foot, and then open up the heart and chest. Lift the gaze and just hold here. Maybe close the eyes. Feel those strong legs. Feel your rooted, connected hips. Feel your open belly and heart and chest. And soften the face. Strong, strong legs, open hips, and just breathe. Good. Stay here or walk the hands in front of the hips. You could come to a forward fold. And if you're taking this fold, let's just find a little sway. So kind of wag the upper body left and right. Good. It's nice, easy sway back and forth. Feeling the hamstrings maybe, the hips. What's showing up in your legs today? How do you feel today? Good. And then pause. Walk the hands back. Let's bring our hands to our legs to help bring the legs back towards each other. And we're going to come to all fours. So you can either cross the ankles and flip over the shins or just swing the legs around. So however you want to get to tabletop. And then tabletop, familiar, bring hands in front of the shoulders, circle the hips. It's one of my favorite ways to just get a full body warm up, to lubricate the knees and the hips and the shoulders, to really get everything kind of moving around. Like you're greeting your body, saying hello to all those places that might not have been moving today, that might have felt stuck or stagnant, waking them up. And when the hips come to the back, swing them the other way, working out any tension that might be residing in the joints, the arms, the legs. Let's come to a wide knee child, so make room for the belly and the chest, touch the big toes, widen the knees, sink down, extend the arms. You can stay here, or if you like that prayer variation, go ahead and press the palms together. You could bend the elbows and let your forearms fall back to your head and take a few breaths there. Breathe right into the back body, right into the back of the triceps. Good job. And then send the arms forward. Let's shift forward to tabletop, all fours. Bring the wrists right underneath the shoulders. Bring the knees right underneath the hips. Just take a couple hip wags side to side. And then having the hips right above the knees and the fingers spread wide, draw the belly up and in. Bring the navel towards the spine. Drop the head, drop the tail, just like you did when we were seated. And then inhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the heart, look up towards the front. Do that again. Exhale, round your back, tuck the tail, scoop the belly, drop the head. And inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, heart comes open. One more time with your breath. Exhale. And coming back, inhale. And then lengthen from tail to head. We'll do a little bit of standing work. So you can curl the toes under, and it's going to be your choice to either walk out to puppy. So you could stretch the arms long and melt the chest and bring the forehead or the chin to the mat. Or if you feel comfortable in down dog, the hands come a little further forward to the shoulders, toes curl under, and knees float up off the ground. So either down dog or puppy, they're both good. Do what feels better on your body. If you're in dog, go ahead and pedal out a little bit. Press one heel, press the other heel. Good job. And then pressing both heels down if you're in dog, bend the knees. So the heels might not touch. So especially when you bend your knees, the heels might float up off the ground. But pull the hips up and back away from the wrists. Let the head fall through the arms. Spread the fingers and hold. And breathe. Let's come to the top of the mat. So take your steps, little baby steps or big steps. Have the feet hip width distance. Let your head hang and shake the head yes. And shake the head no. And then let the head hang heavy, bend the knees. And slowly roll your body up, one vertebrae at a time. Head is the very last thing to lift. At the top, big sun breath, inhale, arms reach. Like we did in the beginning, bring the hands, the thumb right between the eyebrows and pause there. Root the tailbone down, press that third eye right into the thumbs and just connect to that place of intuition, to that inner guidance, that inner knowing that we all have, using this practice to help us trust ourselves, to help us step into that place of alignment, of truth, of confidence. Bring your thumb to your heart center or your sternum, connecting to love and compassion and light. Tapping right into that place within you where peace resides, that sacred place within the heart where all is well. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, release the arms. Okay, let's step up to the top of the mat. Take a sun breath, so be right near the top so you can step back. And then exhale, bend the knees to swan dive. So nice, simple half sun salutation. Inhale, lengthen your spine, bring your hands to your shins, press the head away from the tail. And exhale, surrender. So melt over the legs and bend the knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Stretch the arms out, press the arms above the head, hands touch. And exhale through prayer. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Let's do that again. Sun breath, inhale. Exhale, bend your knees and dive. So really getting the whole body moving. Inhale, lengthening, connecting with your breath. Exhale, deepen, bend the knees, melt the body, and inhale, fly up, straighten the legs, press the palms together, and exhale back through prayer. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, release the arms. We're going to stay standing here. Inhale the arms out and up above the head to pause, and exhale, open the arms to catch the hips. So you're near the top of the mat here. We're going to stand on the left foot and come on the ball of the right foot. And then flex your right foot, so pull your toes up so your foot's not even touching the ground. And then if you're comfortable in your balance, bring the knee up a little higher or bring it right in line with your hip. So you're coming into crane pose, Balikikasana. It's a standing balance. Arms could open like a tightrope walker. And then bend the elbows, bend the wrists like a crane pose. So you feel these crane wings. Have a steady gaze just to your focal point. And we're going to step this back to our lunge. So bring it low to the ground for balance, like you're on a roller skate. Kick that leg back, glide back, come on the ball of the foot, and then lift the arms up to frame the head. Press out through the back heel, hold there. You're going to take a couple breaths. So stay where you are. I'm just going to turn this way so you can see. So we're holding this high lunge or this crescent lunge. Then take your left hand and take a hold of the right wrist. Stretch up and over towards the left. So get a little side stretch. And then come back through center. Release the hands. Straighten the front leg, pause. You're gonna come back to, or into warrior two. So spin the back heel down, widen your stance, wiggle the feet nice and wide, get the front heel lined up with the arch of the back foot, stretch the arms long, look out over the front finger. You're strong, you're confident, you're breathing right into the hips, right into wherever you're feeling it most. Take a deep breath in and full breath out. As you inhale, straighten the legs, flip the front hand, dance back, reverse triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Twice more. Inhale, rise. Nice, easy flow, familiar flow. Exhale, back, warrior two. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale, release. Hold the bottom. Deepen breath. And exhale, cartwheel down the front arm, the back arm. Pivot on the ball of the back foot. So scooch up, pluck that back heel up off the ground. And then from here, if you're comfortable with this, you're gonna just, you could be on the ground or the blocks. You're gonna scooch the back leg in a little bit and straighten the legs. So scooch that back leg in a little bit and straighten the legs. So you're on the sole of both feet right now. The toes are forward, the heels are back. The right foot, the back foot can be turned out slightly, but then square your hips. So again, you're on the ground or blocks. If you can't reach the ground or the blocks, bring your hand up to your shin. That would be fine. A little harder to balance, but whatever you can do. And you're gonna hold here, or go ahead and take a fold over the front leg in pyramid. Take a few breaths. Good. And then lengthen out again in your pyramid pose. Go ahead and wiggle that back leg back again. Rebend the front knee and soften the back knee down to the ground. Have the front knee right above the ankle, so you don't want the knee passing the ankle. So if you need to readjust your stance, go ahead and do that. Come on the tips of the fingers so the heart can rise up and hold. If you feel comfortable, one hand comes to the thigh, other hand comes to the thigh. Press the thigh forward so you can reach the chest back above the hips and hold. Or release and lift the arms to that Anjaneyasana or knee down lunge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open the arms, catch the ground or the blocks. If you're on the blocks, move them away, back out of the hips. Bring the front leg back to meet the back leg and come all the way down to your belly. Make a pillow for your head, stack the palms or the fists, bend the knees, toes up, and windshield wiper the legs left to right. And then start to circle the shins in one direction. And then start to circle the shins the other way. So you're loosening up the knees and the hips and the low back. And then let the toes point up to the ceiling. Knees are bent. Roll the ankles one way. Roll the ankles the other way. And then let the legs come long. Bring the hands back near the chest. Press into the hands. Elevate the heart. Reach up. And then slide the hands forward. One hand, the other hand. Come up onto your forearms. So you're in Sphinx pose. You're gonna line the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers, root down through the hands and the arms. Float the heart forward, open the collarbones, gaze right in front of the fingertips on the ground. So you're creating like a imaginary triangle between drishti point and fingertips. Lengthen your tailbone rather, towards your heels. Take a deep inhale. And full exhale. Good, you're in Sphinx pose. One more time, deep breath in. And exhale, open the elbows to come to your belly. Press back to child's. This time, if it's comfortable, keep your knees hip width distance. So let the belly and the chest come onto the thighs. And take the arms alongside the body. So the backs of the hands touch the ground, the palms open, and just take a couple moments to breathe here. Connecting forehead to the earth. And it's okay, your hips might be high up in the air. That's totally fine. And if it doesn't feel good to have hip width distance knees, if you'd rather have wide knees, that's fine. If it doesn't feel good to have the arms alongside the body, you can stretch them forward. So whatever works for your body is perfect.
Couple breaths. Good job. And then from where you are, extend the arms forward. You're going to shift forward to tabletop, all fours, and then you're going to choose again to come either to puppy or to down dog. So walk the hands out, either way far out for puppy with hips high, or just a little bit further out for dog. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, and stretch back. Let's take a couple rounds of a letting go breath. So breathe in through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. You can make a sigh. Big breath in through nose. Exhale through open mouth. And one more time, deep breath. And let go. Good. And then from your dog, come back to forward fold. So from dog or puppy, just make your way to Uttanasana, forward fold, feet hip width, and you could give the head another nod. Yes. You could give the head another shake. No. Let your head hang loose and heavy. Bend the knees. Roll your body up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Your head is the very last thing to lift, and then at the top, float the arms out and up above the head. Bring your thumb to your third eye between your eyebrows, honoring your inner knowing and intuition and inner guidance. Take a deep breath. Exhale, place your thumb to your sternum, your heart center, connecting to that love and light that you're cultivating. Take a deep breath. And exhale, release the arms. We're going to do one of those half sun salutations. Inhale up. Exhale, bend your knees, float forward. Inhale, long spine, hands to shins, stretch out long. And exhale, melt, bend the knees. Inhale, fly up. Exhale, straight through prayer, strong legs, press down into the feet, lift up through the head, hold there, deep breath in. And exhale, release the arms. Take a sun breath, inhale. Exhale, stay standing, catch your hips, your hips preferably. Walk up to the top of the mat. You're going to stand on the right leg and come on the ball of the left foot. So I'll do this facing you this time. Flex your foot so the foot is no longer touching the mat, and then open the arms to T. Bend the elbows, bend the wrists, and maybe lift the knee up a little bit or lift the knee right in line with your hip. So you're in Balakikasana or crane pose. You're going to hold that standing balance. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to bring it low to the ground, but still hover, and then slide it back like you're going to roller skate back into your high lunge. It like barely touches the ground. Inhale, lift the arms, or it's barely above the ground. You're going to hold here, take a deep breath in, and full breath out. Front knee bent, back leg straight. Catch your left wrist with your right hand. So make a little bracelet around the wrist, and then reach up and over towards the right. And it doesn't have to be big, so we want to keep our balance the best we can. Come back through center. A little wiggling and wobbling is totally fine. Let the hands come shoulder width, like you're holding that ball of energy above your head. Stay right there. So hold your high lunge. And then inhale straight in the front leg. And exhale, open up to warrior two. Spin the heel down, widen your stance. Bring the wrist right above the ankles. Look out over the front fingertips. Hold there. Firm up the legs, sink down into the hips, but still be buoyant, like in the pelvic floor, like the low belly area. Instead of just kind of dumping all the weight down, kind of draw everything in and up, but feel the hips stretch and feel the arms stretch, and look out over the front middle finger. And then inhale, straighten the front leg, dance back, back hand to back leg, top arm rises, look up. Exhale, warrior two, low in the hips, big stretch, strong body. Inhale, stretch back, lengthen, lift, look up. Exhale, warrior two. And last time, inhale up. Nice and easy. Exhale, warrior two. You're going to stay. Take a deep in breath. And exhale, slow cartwheel. One arm, the other arm, pivot on the ball of the back foot. So you could be reaching for the blocks here. And now we're gonna come to pyramids. It's a little different transition. You're gonna drag that back leg up a little bit so you can get on the sole of your foot. Hands on the ground or the blocks of your shin. And then lengthen your spine. So just a reminder, your feet are hip width. The hip points are like headlights shining forward. So try to not let the hips go cockeyed. You want to pull the right thigh up and into the pelvis. Drop the left hip down and forward. So if someone were to set something on your low back, it wouldn't tip over. Take a deep breath, long spine. And then if you want, go ahead and melt over that front pyramid leg. Engage the muscles in the front leg. So notice if the knee is getting kind of slack or relaxed. You can certainly have a micro bend, but you want to draw the quadricep up. So hug the muscles right under the bone. Feel the legs really strong and breathe. Sending breath and awareness to the area that you're feeling most. So maybe the hamstring, maybe the back, shoulders, whatever is going on for you today. Breathing into that. Good. Now lengthen your spine. Wiggle the back leg back as you bend the front knee. So you're wiggling into that lunge. And then soften the back knee. And hold. Come up on the fingertips or the blocks. Lift the heart. If you feel comfortable and balanced here, bring one hand to the thigh, bring the other hand to the thigh. You could interlace the fingers and just imagine you're going to slide that thigh bone forward as you reach the chest back. And pause. Hold here or lift the arms, holding that imaginary ball of energy above the head, feeling something between the hands. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, dive over the front leg. And back out of the hips, just enough so that you can drag the front leg back to meet the back leg. Come all the way onto the belly again. Make a pillow for the head again. Stack the palms or fists, bend the knees, toes up. And windshield wiper the legs. Good job. And then circle the shins. And then circle the shins the other way. And let the legs come long. Flatten out the hands. Turn onto the right side of the face. Nice, easy half frog. Bring the left knee out. Your belly down. Left knee is in line with the hip. Shin is parallel to the long edge of the mat. It's in front of that mat, but the shin, the calf, parallel line with the long edge of the mat. Eyes closed. And breathe. And see how quickly you can slip into this place of surrender. This place of letting go, of allowing yourself to be held up and supported. Knowing that you're always being guided, you're always being cared for. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, slide that bent leg down to meet the straight leg. Go ahead and turn onto the other side of the face and bring the knee out to the side. And close the eyes. Couple breaths. And seeing again if you could breathe into any area of tension. Each inhale, imagine you're filling that area up like you have lungs there. And you get really big and spacious with your inhale. And as you exhale and the breath deflates out of that area of the body, there's a sense of ease. You start to feel yourself relax a little further. Let go a little more, soften a little deeper. Good. Then go ahead and turn the head back to neutral, so bring the forehead towards the hands. Stretch the bent leg down to meet the straight leg. Come back to one last child's pose of your choice. So bring your hands back, stretch back, either wide knees, hip width knees, arms extended, arms in prayer, arms alongside the body, wherever you want, couple breaths. Good. Bring your hands back towards the shoulders and roll yourself up to sit on your heels or to come to cross legs. So we're going to pause here for a moment, either sitting on your heels or sitting in cross leg. Turn the palms open, close the eyes. Drop right back into your 3-part Dirga breath. Breathe into the belly, the ribs, the heart, and chest. Exhale, relax the chest, relax the ribs, and relax the belly. Follow that pathway of your breath again. Take a deep inhale. And full exhale. Good. One more time. Deep breath in. When you get to the top, maybe pause, suspend a little longer, hover there, right at the top of the breath when you're full of breath. And when the desire is strong to exhale, just slowly let the breath out. Let it slowly fall out of the body, all the way to the bottom, till there's nothing left. You're empty of breath. And then just a nice, easy inhale. And easy exhale. You can bring your chin back down towards your chest. Let your hands float off the lap. Take the hips off to the side. Let's swing the legs around to the front. We'll do a little bit of work on the ground before we come to Shavasana. So go ahead and scooch up. I think we'll do a supported bridge pose before we close out our practice. So just have something nearby if you want. But again, if you don't have anything, don't worry. You could be in regular bridge. But if you have a block, if you have a bolster, if you have a blanket, if you have a pillow, if you have a cushion, whatever you have, drag it on over to your mat if it's close by. If not, don't worry. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Tuck your tail, scoop your belly, come all the way down. And then when you're down, stretch out. Send the legs forward, send the arms behind you. And get long in your waist and your belly. And then gather the knees up into the body and hold the knees or hold the shins or wrap the arms around the legs. Take a little rock. Good. Place your hands on the knees and circle the knees. And then circle in the other way. Good. Place your feet on the mat, knees up to the ceiling, open the arms to T. Cross the legs, so bring the right leg on top of the left, and go ahead and just let them be close right now. And then from here, before we take our spinal twist, pick the knees up towards the belly. So the legs are crossed, you're gonna pick your knees up towards the belly, and place your hands on your knees. And just give your legs a little squeeze in towards the body. So you could stay here, holding knees and squeezing knees in towards body. Or if there's space, and it would feel good, you're gonna slide your hands along your shins. You kind of have opposite hand to leg. You're gonna slide down the shins and just grab the tops of the ankles or the tops of the feet and kind of pull the feet towards the hips. So you're really like, this is Gomukhasana or cow face if we were sitting on the ground, if you're familiar with that. If there's room, you could also turn the palms up towards the ceiling and catch the bottom of the foot. So kind of grabbing the outer edge of the foot and then really bend the elbows and pull those feet away from each other up towards your hips. Bend your elbows and maybe even let the backs of the arms land. So depending on your mobility, it'll look different. You could be here, hands up to knees. So find a place that works for you. Close your eyes and breathe. Getting into this hip opener, getting into this place where we can release any tension in the back. Holding here, breathing here. Good, release your feet. Bring the left foot down, and let's just take a quick twist. So open the arms out to T, press into the left foot, scooch the hips to the right, roll onto the left hip, knees to the left, head to the right, just a little twist here to pause. If it's uncomfortable to have your legs braided or crossed, uncross them and stack them. Good job. Bring your knees through center. Press into your bottom foot, scooch the hips back, unwind the legs. Switch sides, left on top of right, inner thighs touch. You could stay right here. If this feels like enough, stay. If you could pick the right foot up and bring the knees towards the belly, do that and grab a hold of the knees just to give them a little extra support as you draw them towards your body. And then like we did on the other side, if there's space, slide the hands along the shins. Grab the shins, grab the tops of the ankles, grab the tops of the feet, or the outer edges of the feet. Or, if you can, turn your hands up to the ceiling and then put the palms of the hands right underneath the soles of the feet. Grab the outer edge of the foot, pull the feet away, bend the elbows, maybe rest the upper arms on the ground. A couple breaths. So again, this is like cow face or Gomukhasana. If you've been in my class before, we may have practiced this together. Seated. Good. And then release your feet. Bring the sole of the right foot down. Arms out to T. Press into right foot. Scooch the hips to the right. You're on the right hip. Knees come to the right. Head to the left. Just a nice quick twist to wring out any tension here. Legs are crossed, or unwind them and stack them. Couple breaths. And then bring the knees back through center. Press into the bottom foot. Scooch the hips back. Unwind the legs. Have your feet to the ground, knees up to the ceiling. We'll take that supported bridge. So if you have anything nearby, you're going to have that close so you can grab a hold of it. Press into the feet, lift the hips, and then slide whatever you have underneath your hips or your low back, and then lower your hips onto it. And then let the arms come like Shavasana. And the feet could be hip width or they could be wider. They could be a little further away from the hips or close in. You can let the inner thighs touch, wherever you want to be. Just find a place that feels good to have those hips elevated. If you don't have a bolster or blanket or pillow or anything to prop the hips on, you could do a traditional bridge where you just press into the feet and lift the hips. You could also just lie on your back in some sort of restful pose that would feel good for you right now and take a moment to find your breath. You could also come into Shavasana a little early. That would be great too. So a couple breaths here, wherever you are. Good. And then if you're ready to come out and you want to come into Shavasana now, you're just going to press into the feet, lift the hips, move the prop away, lower your hips, and extend the legs forward. You could also put that bolster or blanket or pillows underneath the knees, and that would just give a little curve into the legs that could help alleviate any tension in the low back if you're experiencing that. So let the legs come long, let the arms come long, close the eyes, and let yourself land. Take any last wiggles or movement or adjustments in the body so you can rest comfortably. And then let your eyes close. And let your whole body relax. Take a moment just to recognize yourself, to send gratitude and thanks to yourself for showing up tonight, for taking this important time out of your full life to do something good for yourself, to refill your well, to care for your body, your mind, and your heart. Allow this rest to be an opportunity to invite in whatever you're seeking. Letting yourself be wide open to grace, wide open to transformation, and wide open to whatever it is that you're seeking from this practice. Good. You're going to stay for a few moments in Shavasana. So just taking a couple more moments to rest there. I'll call you out momentarily, but if you're okay landing, you're going to stay for just another moment longer. Good. And as you lie here, without needing to disturb your body, just bring your awareness back. I'll share a reading with you called The Essence of My Practice. My practice moves from edge to edge, exploring the limits of a stretch, the inner realm of energy and breath. Each movement plumbs new depths of self-awareness. Who am I now? And now, and now. Who holds this pose with single-pointed focus, or loses the thread of breath and stops to find the center once again? Have I reached my full expression, or is there another defensive layer I can shed? When I align my inner compass to the truth, the essence that I choose is self-acceptance. Coming home again and again to the energy that bears me up each time that I let go. And as your awareness comes back, let your breath deepen. Notice how your body feels. If you'd like to bring movement back in, start to reconnect to movement. Perhaps moving the outer edges of the body, the fingers, the toes. And then eventually, gently and mindfully coming onto either side to a fetal pose. Knees into belly, arms into chest. Take your time to gradually press the ground away and come back to seated. We'll just be here for a moment together. Backs of hands can touch your lap, palms can roll open, and sit up tall from the base of your tail to the top of your head. Take a deep breath in. And full breath out. Next time you breathe in, bring hands to prayer in front of your heart to seal in your practice, palms touch. Exhale to bow back to yourself and back to your own divinity and grace. And we'll end together on the sound of Om, the sound of community, starting with a letting go breath. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale a sigh. And we'll begin deep breath in. As your head bows back to yourself, taking one last moment to honor the divinity and the light that shine within you. Namaste. Thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing this hour with me, and it was great seeing you as always. Have a beautiful weekend and a happy Memorial Day, and I can't wait to see you again real soon. So enjoy this beautiful weather, and you guys be well, take care. Thanks so much. Oh, Helen, there is class on Monday morning, so it's Memorial Day, but yes, I'll be teaching at 9, so if you guys are around, you can tune into Facebook Live at 9, and I'll be there. It will also be recorded and up on YouTube for you guys to watch later, so feel free to share anything that you'd like, any thoughts. If you want to keep taking this class in the summer for July and August, let me know. If you want to see it virtually, if you want to see it outdoors, if you have any thoughts, just let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So thanks, Marilyn. You have a wonderful weekend too. Shannon, thank you. Good to see you all. Have a great day. Have a great night. And I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.